I'm Dan Drake. This is Front Up on Geno TV and Channel 99. With us today is a newcomer to Front Up, Linda Hoey, who's here representing A Safe Place and some of the things that they have in the works for later this month, which she's going to talk about. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Very nice to have you. Let's get the commercial out of the way first.
Okay.
You're here to talk about.
I'm here to talk about our one annual fundraising event, which is called Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. And it's where men and boys put on high heel shoes or flip-flops or anything they want. And this year our route takes us straight up Main Street on Sunday, the 26th of June.
So you're going to make people wear high-heeled shoes walking up the cobblestones?
No, we're not on the cobblestones. No.
You do it.
No, we're walking on the sidewalk, but trust me, the brick sidewalks are equally treacherous.
How many people do you hope to get?
We hope to get about 100 walkers.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a little bit of weather issues in the past year. This is our third annual. The first year we had just under 100 walkers, and last year we had pouring down rain, and we had to postpone, and we didn't even have good weather on the rain date. So we ended up walking around Children's Beach, but we had a pretty good turnout. But this year we're hoping to get a huge turnout, and we've done a lot of advertising, and perhaps people have seen our poster around town.
What's the significance of the red shoe? Is there any particular?
It's catchy. Yeah. There's no real significance except it really shows, what the guys are aiming at. But honestly, if a man or a boy wanted to come out and walk, and they walked in their sneakers, if they raised some money for A Safe Place, that would be fine with us.
But that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to wear high heels.
Okay.
I've done it once, so I'm never going to do it again.
You have done it once, and we certainly appreciate your efforts, Dan.
But what is the significance of getting somebody to walk a man to walk in women's shoes?
Well, the premise is that you don't really know what someone's going through until you walk a mile in her shoes. It's been said many times. It was conceived in 2001 by a man named Frank Baird, and it's actually an international organization, registered trademark, and we do Walk a Mile in Her Shoes in Nantucket. It's all over the world, and I think that the feeling is that if you put yourself in someone else's shoes, literally or figuratively, you really you get a better idea of what they may be going through. So a lot of this, aside from raising money, is raising awareness, because
and this is what A Safe Place is all about. It's helping people who are walking in very uncomfortable shoes.
Absolutely, and it's not a fun thing to talk about, and it's a difficult thing to raise money for, because it's kind of a negative thing. It is a negative thing, and most of the other non-profits on the island are for very positive things. So people are more likely to give to something more positive, to help children, to do the hospital, for the Athenaeum. But this is a problem that happens on Nantucket, and it happens with more and more regularity, and we are just trying to do what we can. We offer free help. We have advocates in the court, advocates at the hospital. We have education programs in the school. But none of these programs can work without cash.
Right.
So we need to hire people to do these things. So we do get grants, government grants, but they're very specifically aimed at one particular aspect. So it's hard. It's hard.
Do you have crisis intervention too, do you?
We do. We have a 24-hour hotline, 24/7, and we also have a lot of counseling for victims, counseling for children who have witnessed violence in their home. which is really essential. And
I know that's one of the programs that's sort of always gotten my attention. Is
Yeah.
our Witness to Violence program.
exactly, it's really it's horrifying to think what these kids have to go through.
And it's very difficult to counsel them, is it not?
I'm sure, and it's difficult for their parents to bring them for counseling because there's a lot of denial going on. So,
Or even if there's not denial, it's association with something that's very unpleasant.
well, of course, that's the whole thing. So we have a great staff, amazing staff.
Do you have any sense at a safe place of how much the housing problems on Nantucket contribute to the issues that your clients are going through?
I'm not sure whether they have, whether that's a factor. I can't imagine it's not a factor because when you cram a lot of people into a small space, which is what's happening around the island, inevitably bad things might happen. I'm not saying that they do, but
Well, it
it's
also, I mean,
possible.
it's certainly been proven that money issues contribute to domestic violence.
Definitely.
And so I would think that if you're having problems with housing anyway, either because the rents are unaffordable or just because you can't find it,
Right.
that would seem logical to me
Yeah.
that they would all come together in this.
I think it does all come together. We work with other agencies around the island, the Housing Authority and the Food Bank in particular, and all the kind of social agencies that really help people get by.
But in a sense, you're the first responder.
We are. Well, the police
Well, the police
and the hospital, and we have great relationship. We have 2 police officers on our board, and we work with the hospital
very
all
closely.
the time, very closely.
Now, don't you also provide safe houses for people occasionally?
In an emergency situation, we don't have a safe place, but we do have for 1 or 2 nights certain people who have volunteered to help out on that kind of a situation.
Which is
So-
very, it's a brave thing to do.
It's a very brave thing to do. Yeah.
And so I don't know if you need more or not, but
Well, I'm sure if we had it available, we would definitely use it. But I don't know. But legally, there are so many. There's so many issues that it's hard for people to step forward. It is a brave thing to do.
it is a brave thing to do because there could be problems.
There could be big problems. So
So,
anyway, we're plugging along. We do our day-to-day thing with our.
have you found a new executive director yet?
We're still searching. We had a search earlier this year, in the early spring, and we actually found a fabulous candidate who lives in Missouri, and she had a family issue and then all of a sudden couldn't come. So we've just recently recast the net, and hopefully a little bit broader search will bring more response. But we haven't gotten any responses. The new recasting of the net has just happened within this week. So we're hopeful.
Well, it's when you have something like that happen, when somebody, for whatever reason, isn't able to show up to work.
Yeah,
It's
it's hard.
It's hard.
But she wasn't able to move from Missouri, so we're hopeful. Well, she's still a very viable candidate. So we'll see. We'll see what the second recasting brings, and we do have an interim who is coming. Kat is still there. Kat Robinson Greeter is still there, part-time, but she's also taken another position. So we'll have I think starting next week, we have an interim director who will work with Kat for a week or so.
to get a
Transition, and then she'll take over and be there until our new ED arrives.
Well, once again, walk a mile in her shoes, June the 26th,
26th.
right?
We need to. You need to log on to our website, and there's a direct link to how you can donate money to the walk. If you don't want to walk, you can certainly donate, or you could help someone who's already formed a team to walk.
But you can form your own team or join somebody else's team, right?
You can. Anyway,
I know your husband is leading a team.
Yes, he is leading
here.
a team. Yes, we have a lot of our board members' husbands are leading teams, so that's good. That's good.
Good.
So,
Well, Linda, thank you so much, and then we wish
Thanks,
you best
Dan.
of luck with this because it's
Thank
really
you.
important to this
It's
community.
really important. It does happen here.
It does
It
happen
does
here,
happen
more
here.
than we like to think.
Exactly.
And